The determination in sales, we talked about it yesterday when Ibrahim was here and with a
Yeah.
couple other guys. What have you learned from the sales aspect that you were struggling with 3 months ago that you've learned so far within the exact sales call,
Hmm.
but also the sales process, so the customer journey in which gets people from cold to warm to paid?
Yeah. Let's just start with the first aspect, before the sales call. You need to understand that every single thing that you do before or after the sales call is going to have an impact on how this prospect feels about what you're going to propose him. That's something I even learned even before starting to work with you. I learned from yourself because in your YouTube videos you actually provide value. Like it's not just some empty content which doesn't serve for anything. No, I actually applied the stuff that you were preaching on your YouTube channel, and it was very helpful. Like I launched my first ad campaigns with that. They went super well. With that money, I made the money to go and work with him.
There you go.
Like that. That is the thing. You need to apply stuff, even if you don't have anything. Just do. And when you do have something to invest, then work with the right people. But going back to the initial point, just understand that your prospect wants to see someone with authority. Your prospect wants to see someone with trustworthiness. Your prospect wants to see someone with experience. And you need to be able to communicate your offer, your business,
Your social proof.
your personality a certain way to cause a certain effect on the prospect, which is going to make him more open towards working with you. That's basically essentially branding, branding yourself as a business or as a person. Whatever you really want to do is up to you, up to your market, up to your prospects. But that I would say is the first thing about sales. Then the second thing is actually on the sales process. Like, do you really believe on your sales? Like, do you really believe on your service delivery? Is that something that you're actually comfortable with? Is that something that you would actually do for yourself? Are you actually having the right empathy to actually go through the smoke screens and all that stuff? Because the prospect is always gonna be scared, and you need to always push and go forward. Like that belief, that inner conviction is what's gonna make you close more or less. And that's just a fact. And most of the times you know what are the reasons why people don't work with you. You know that what they are.
And if you
And you
don't,
get the
ask
right
it.
help.
Fucking
Exactly.
right. Get
Exactly.
the right help and ask questions to figure out so you can do it better next time.
Exactly. Because obviously there's no perfect process. I've made mistakes. It's not that from yesterday to today I just started selling more. No, it's all a process. You build your personal brand, you build your conviction through results of your own clients. You work harder to get them better results, you improve your systems, you get more leverage, etc., etc., etc. But at the end of the day, it's just okay, like, are you comfortable asking what you ask, considering the quality of your service? I'm sure you don't want to ask less because you want to make more. So you need to provide more to get more and be comfortable doing that.
Correct. And that's the last part is the most important one.
Exactly.
Being comfortable in doing that. If you
But
don't feel comfortable in doing that, people see through the bullshit. Trust is the new currency in
exactly.
2025.
Exactly. A slight inclination in your voice tone is just gonna tell the prospect that you are not comfortable. And when you're really comfortable, when you're really in the zone, I'm sure you can remember sales call where you were actually crushing it. Like not reading through a sales script or some rebuttals, not just crushing it because you felt it. That is how you need to step in on every sales call you've got in your calendar. That is how you need to be showing yourselves. And honestly, super important, just feel proud of what you do. Because often when I wouldn't sell so much, it was just because I didn't like what I was selling. It didn't give the results that I wanted. I didn't really believe in it. And there's a mindset aspect to it. Like, you need to have some sort of faith, but also you need to add some rationality to it. Like, there's logical solutions to your bottlenecks in sales.
Correct.
Like, for example, one of the problems that I had back then is that my service delivery, like my ability to provide leads to my clients was not that good. So I actually had to improve myself to make better ads, make better follow-ups,
Make better decisions, attract
exactly,
better clients, make a better offer.
exactly. And all of this influences the results of your clients. And there's something easy. The more results do you have, the easier it gets to ask more because you know you're worth it. And the more you're going to sell, the more comfortable, the more happy you're going to be with your own business, the more happy people are going to be with your own business. And that's priceless, honestly,
How
priceless.
did we got to the point of building a better fulfillment? That's the first question, and a follow-up on that is, how did that impact your company in the back end as well as the front end?
Very good question. When it comes about the fulfillment, you have to have some feedback with your clients. I've seen some SMA owners online that they are fucking scared of speaking to their clients because they know they are pissed off, you know.
And they know they're shitty clients.
Exactly, exactly. So how are you actually going to communicate with someone you're scared of? Because, like, honestly, you're not confident of what you've done. You know it's shit. You know you wouldn't do it for yourself. So that's first. Just listen to your own clients. There's things I'm sure that you've listened time and time again, and bro, just actually pay attention to what you're hearing. If they're telling to you time and time again, it's because of a reason, you know. If your clients, for example, are arguing you because they don't get quality leads, then, bro, you must have some sort of way to improve the lead quality. So that's really the first thing, just improving that. Then, obviously, on the back end, if you're gonna have a better lead quality, you need to put systems to make it consistent, because sometimes I would get like the greatest lead quality, but it would suddenly stop working. You need to have a way to improve that. You need to have a method to actually change that, because it might just be following the example of the lead quality. It might just be good from the get-go, but it might not. And if it's not, how do you actually do it so that it is good?
Yeah. How do you switch it? How do you
Exactly.
switch the paradigm? How do you switch your paradigm in your mind? But also, how do you switch the actions towards making it better?
Exactly.
And where does the fucking problem comes from? It's the second thing. It's identifying problems. I work with clients that already make $5,000 to $30,000 a month. For us, it's not taking action, going from 0 to 10. It's identifying where problems come from, because majority of the people don't understand where their own problems come from.
Yeah.
They act based on something to solve their problem, which is not their actual problem. Which is very important to understand, bro.
Yeah.
Because you get confused scaling from 20 to 100K.
Yeah, that's such a good point. When it comes to growing, if you are maybe making 5 grand a month, it's not that you're not making enough. You're not making good enough. And that is figuring out where the actual bottleneck is. Like, for example, if you struggle to grow to 30K a month, for example, 50K a month, it might be because you're not retaining your clients. And if your problem is client retention, why the fuck are you just gonna take more sales calls? Like, the problem is still there. If you're not able to keep your clients, it's because your system is not good enough. Your service is not good enough. That's the actual thing you need to put attention, not the amount of sales calls that you're booking or you're closing, you know. Actually care about your results and you will see things flow easily.
Right? And that's the majority of the people don't understand. They think marketing. I make my first 5K sale. And you have the decision. And I was talking about this with a couple of people in the mastermind, right? Inner circle. I was asking them, you remember that moment when you were doing 10 to 20K or like majority of the people is like 0 to 10K, let's say. And at 10K, you have to make this decision. It's one of the most difficult decisions. You got your first client. You see the potential of the money that you can make. You see, I can travel the world. I can now spend this 10K on anything I want in my life.
Exactly.
But now, do you make the decision to be distracted by that 5K client that you can now duplicate because you know how the process goes? Or do you decide to build a better fulfillment, to slow down the sales a little bit,
Exactly.
and then optimize that fulfillment to gain even more of a compounding effect, gain even more
That is
interest, get even
such
more
a
fucking
point.
clients, bro.
That
And the
is such a
majority of the
point.
people, and that is why this market is so fucked, right? Agencies, consultants, it's fucked up. Because the majority of the market, 90% of the people, choose for the quick cash. They choose to make that decision to repeat what they already know instead of going in the dark again to figure out that fucking fulfillment and build something amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's the easy path to get another 5K client when you got someone, right? To deliver and then decent results as well. And then I think that is one of the most important decisions and hard decisions that people will face while being at 10K.
I understand it because it is hard. Like you've got a good client that you're making money from. You wanna think about getting 10 more of them to make 10x the cash collected of the
Same,
NMT.
bro.
But man, think long term, boys. Like if you're able to delay the gratification, build something better, improve the product that you're given, things will flow easily. Like people will refer you. Like guys, I know for a fact a lot of guys watching this video are not getting referrals. If you're not getting referrals, ask yourselves what is going on. Like if you close clients and they suddenly block you or stop texting to you or just ghost you like that, think again, what are you doing wrong? If you're not getting people, like if you're not getting 5-paragraph messages saying, hey, I'm so happy I started to work with you. Even if I was a little bit scared, I'm very happy I made this decision. I see everything is going as we spoke, basically. All this kind of stuff, you know. If you're not getting that kind of messages, there's something that you're doing wrong, or there's something that you could just do way better. And
Correct.
trust me, giving a good service is the key. Like, you need to understand, sometimes I see online business, I try to apply some more traditional techniques, you know. Really, the only reason why the same restaurant is open for like 50 years and they don't need to run ads or stuff like that is because they give a good service. It's because people leave the restaurant with a fucking smile on their face. I don't know if I can say this word, but that is the only reason why people keep going at that restaurant, you know.
Absolutely.
They don't do cold outbound. They don't do ads.
Maybe in the beginning they did for a certain amount of time
Exactly.
to build up their client base.
Exactly.
It's all about fucking longevity. You can build a $10 million business with mass market having a shit product. It would be possible in the space,
Yeah.
right?
And
what do you want? There's two differences. You can build a $10 million business, right? Where you constantly have to put in the effort to make new sales.
Exactly.
Constantly build new teams, hire and fire sellers, everything. Constantly do new marketing. Or do you want to sacrifice 1 to 2 years to build a good product, make a little bit more less sales, chill down, sit down, and get 8 years straight clients getting and throwing fucking money at you?
Exactly.
I don't know if I can say that word.
Bro, it's simple. You can spend 5 years building an amazing product and it to sell himself, or you can be forever trying to sell
Short-term,
and push that
long-term.
product to people because it's just not good enough. So if you actually care about your clients' results, which is probably the first thing you need to think about, because we often start this SMMA journey, self-improvement journey, just thinking about ourselves. But the moment that you realize that everything will be given to you when you're able to give to people what they want from you, game changing, bro. Game changing.
Value is being extracted, value is being delivered, people are fucking happy. That's
Exactly,
how the
bro.
game works.
If you fulfill people's intentions, then they will fulfill yours. It's simple. And that works with everything that you want. It doesn't matter if it's friends, it doesn't matter if it's relationships, it doesn't matter if it's business, it doesn't matter. Even you can, it's a weird example, but you can even think it on your own muscles. If you need to get bigger muscles, just destroy your muscles, they will get bigger and you'll grow. And that is a weird example. I know that, but it's just knowing what you need to do, what actions do you need to take so that other people get what they expect from you, and you get what you expect from people.
Exactly. And when the expectations are in line, solutions are being created, and people cannot be dissatisfied very fast. It's all about expectation setting, right?
Oh, about expectations.
We can talk about it for an hour.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Brother, I want to go into the part where we start talking about the model. Because you scaled your agency from 2.5 to 17.5K in 90 days, which is insanely fast. And for the structure that we've been able to build it with is ridiculous. So being a commodity, charging 1K a month, right? Attracting the wrong clients isn't what is going to get you towards that destination. Charging higher ticket, attracting better people, and formulating of a hybrid model is what will get you there.
Yeah.
What have you learned about that model?
When you provide more value, it's easier to build more long-term solutions. It's easier to like, since you is more long-term, you get paid more. Yes, it's true that you have to be better, but that's the point, you know. Like,
Right?
if you want to sell a
Become
scammy
fucking
product, why you want, like, if you want to sell a scammy product, then you're not on the right mindset to achieve all your goals. So super important that you actually put attention at who are you attracting. To the person that you're attracting, do you actually think you can get them the results that they want, you know? So that's the first thing that you need to get right. Then second, what product are you given? What service are you given? Do you think it's good enough? Do you think you need to add something? You need to improve something? Do you think you need to subtract something?
Exactly. And also, how do you deliver that product? A product could be good. You could have experience. That does not mean you can deliver the product at the right, everything at the right. That doesn't mean you can deliver every component of the product at the right time, in the right
So
situation,
important.
towards the right people. And that is
So
a next level
important.
thinking process, because you can be amazing at what you do. That does not mean you can communicate that correctly in the back end with structuring every single component at the right time and giving it
So
towards the
important.
client.
So important.
Knowing your client's pain points, knowing how you can build a roadmap or a blueprint for them to systematize things. Go from being a commodity to going to a productized service, structuring everything to create leverage for yourself is so important, instead of just knowing how to provide people value in general without any structure.
Yeah, it's honestly, I believe that just providing people value is impossible. If you want to have something good, you need to be selected.
It needs to be systematized.
You need to be very picky with who you are working with, what are you giving to them, and what is the communication, at what time you give every solution, because it's all about the right timing. Like, you can give someone something that they need, but since you don't give it at the right timing, they will just not fucking value it. And that is the worst, because then you're just giving services that people don't care. And worst case scenario, you have to drop prices to sell them. It's just not a good idea. So definitely super important to give every solution at the time that is needed. You realize that, for example, me with a marketing agency, first problem that most of these businesses are going to have is, am I getting leads? Second problem that they are going to have is, are they good quality? You need to improve that. You need to have a way to improve that. Third problem that they're most likely going to have is, am I closing at the rate that I want? Okay, how do you solve all these problems? This is actually become a better business. This is actually improving your own service. This is actually being better. So that is the whole point of it. If you want to grow, you need to keep improving yourself. You need to keep learning. You need to keep iterating, and until the point that you know exactly what problems your client is going to have, and at which times, and what the solutions are going to be, and what the result is going to be, you're killing
And
it.
still, that's infinite, because you're right. It's
You're always
infinite
improving.
until the moment you're satisfied with your goals. If you're satisfied with making 100K a month, no worries, you can get there. If you're satisfied with making 500K a month, cool. But if you want to
Exactly.
keep innovating, these problem solutions, that feedback always changes. And it's an infinite cycle of leverage that you can create to keep adding that value.
Super important. You need to keep being, like, you need to keep your eyes open, because you think that you got it all right and you will know everything. Just when I learned how to get leads, it was like, oh, I'm gonna get rich tomorrow, I'm gonna buy a
Right?
Lambo.
You know
But
that
man,
feeling.
these problems just are gonna grow. You know, you're gonna find more challenges, you're gonna find more bottlenecks, but you need to enjoy it at the end of the day, because everything you do on business has a better result when you actually feel towards working towards it. Like, when you actually love to help your clients with that, when you actually are results oriented instead of any other thing. Deep down, the best solution that you can apply to yourself so that today you start to have the results that you want is just thinking about how your clients can be more satisfied with your service. And that it doesn't matter, as you say, if you're making zero, if you're making 10 grand, if you're making $1 million a year, you can always improve your business and your solutions. So that's something you need to keep in mind, which is going to be super useful.
We had an amazing conversation, brother. What do you want to say to the people that are on the fence or that are thinking of working with me?
Yeah, so important. Just do it. Like, allow yourself to succeed, because most of the times he's got the testimonials, she's got the knowledge, he's got the experience. What are you losing by working with this guy? Like, spend the money, bro. Spend the money, get the right help, be around the right people, and things will just flow. It's just that. Just allow yourself to be successful. Think that you're able to do it. Most of the times, it's not about him. You doubt about yourselves. Are you actually capable? Do you believe you're actually capable of making it happen? Or are you just doubtful? Well, if you're doubtful, then, good luck. Someone has to flip the burgers.
Dumbass.
I'm sorry, exactly. But if you're seeing these videos because you actually think you can be better. And honestly, I'm no different from anybody. Like, when I started this business, I had literally zero skills. I was literally flipping burgers. So if I could do it,
Literally.
you can do it as well. You just got to have confidence in the fact that at the given time, things will work and your dream reality is just going to be realized. That's it.
The intention, what I hope with this entire testimony is not even that people reach out to me to work with me. The entire intention that I want people to realize about this video is that they understand the importance of building a better fulfillment and how important it is to think long-term instead of thinking short-term all the time. Brother, I appreciate you, bro. It was an amazing
super nice
conversation.
podcast.
We have another 2 days left. We have a couple plans, and I'll speak to you next time on the next testimony. Okay?
Yeah, and guys, if you really want to come to Cape Town, it's a nice place. Look at these views. Look at this place. Look at this mountain. Look at this beach. Look at the people. If you want to live this, just do the right things, and it will just happen.